I mean, after winning that second round, it can sometimes be difficult for CTs to stabilize after winning the second off the pistol. Because they're still bringing that, what we saw was double AK by the end of it. Apex, lovely off angle from Faven. You can see how hard that adjustment would be. And suddenly a 3v3.
Doable.
Yeah, and D's got the Incendiary, he's got Kevlar behind his M4. I would love to see Spitty doing some early damage here. Would make that molly all the more powerful, and that's what he's looking for to do. A good stray from ZywOo. And 2 more on advancing. Shox is their primary target. That's exactly what the scout was capable of. Needs to get out. Survival key here. And Faven going to try and put some bullets down range. The smoke should enable the plan. RPK can get them both, and he does. Lines them up, but Faven did damage, and now all onto the king. Mr. RPK looking for his third, and he gets it as well. He has been consistent for the French, and he does it just when he needs to. A triple kill for 4 for Vitality.
I think RPK, now I will be corrected if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty certain RPK is the oldest player performing at this level. People will be saying, what about Forest? Forest isn't in the SO1 Cologne, ladies and gentlemen. RPK is, and he had a beast mode performance against FaZe just yesterday. This man is 31 years of age. That is the same age as Ancient Old Me, born in 1989. You little zoomers out there, you might have to have a look at what that means. Oh my lord, okay.
What are you saying about him?
Oh, he's been taken down. Diha actually has the AWP, not Snatchy in this round right here. He's found the opening over towards that B-bomb site.
Bonk.
And I'm glad to see some of these players getting back into form. RPK is outstanding when he has those games. I remember, you know, people doubted him so much in the past, but clearly he's found his form here. Apex, just the same. ZywOo going to continue to control this ramp. It's kind of just been his palace to walk around in however he pleases, but they are losing out numbers here.
He's afforded that luxury and that kill exclusively because of what Apex was doing. Unfortunately, it has cost him Apex's life, so now suddenly a 2v4 becoming all the more favorable to Sprout to start to build their second. But Shox and ZywOo is quite the combination of Counter-Strike gamers. Let's see what we have in store. A boost to get him up for the headshot peek with the AK-47. Dennis, whoa, be expecting that. I wasn't expecting such a quick one. Dennis will pull his pin. Smoke for the Jennies. I like it. It's starting to take shape, but Dennis needs to be forced off this angle, and I don't think he's going to bow out willingly.
Dennis going to dig his heels in, take down ZywOo, and we're down to just Shox.
Can they get that second orb? They're running for it. Oh, we didn't just catch if they picked it up there. Maybe, and the Sprout fans are right there. Good to see we have some viewers who are tuning in for almost every game on the fan cams there. So people loving the Counter-Strike. Good to see Tier 1 CS back in action. Here's the opening onto RPK. D-Hub blind through the smoke. Easy as you like. And they finish this one off with ease. So the early stages 4-2 here. Over towards A, they did take a little bit of damage early as well. So let's have a look and see how Vitality want to get to this one. It's quick. And Snatchy with the opening this time. So the orb's been moved around between the poles.
Certainly a nice luxury to have. Multiple players. D-Hut gone. Nice catch from RPK. It's rare to see that angle actually pay dividends. But that will give him the equalizer, and what looked to be an early advantage for Sprout is squandered fast.
Oh, it's a hard angle to peek into, isn't it, for the CT side? That is very, very tricky to see. Now, the Ts are a little low. Bear in mind, RPK did take a fair amount of flak. Spitty could have something quite nice here. I wonder how this works out if they get up ramp at this point. Flashing into the early swing.
Oh, Faven, you got a flash for me, bro? Now? Ah, and he's gonna hold his trigger. It is 2. And that is enough, more than enough, as it slows them down, cuts them down to size. The rotate's coming in. Snatchy's walking straight into the crosshairs. He could be in trouble, tagged down by Apex.
It's a big miss.
Really could follow them through. That would have been a great chance. Now Dennis is there in support. ZywOo would have to hit some stunning headshots. He's even got the molly perfect for the plant. Can't really contest that at this point. ZywOo's the one with the bomb. Wall bangs or nades, that's their only way to try and find someone. Not going to do anything there.
They're trying to make Faven lift the head. They know he's there.
Gonna get him. Oh, he gets the info, but oh, this is messy. Apex, he hasn't got the enough, and now with just ZywOo left, I don't think he has enough time for this. Faven confirms it. And that is Sprout winning the round by not peeking, ladies and gentlemen. They just sat still. And that's sometimes when Chad's screaming at me, just nobody move, nobody die. It does certainly translate.
What if I clutch, Alex?
But what if I just killed him? Then we could start the next round. But that was great. That really put them in a box. They had no options after the miss from Apex.
Just taking a quick look here. So in those last 2 gun rounds, it has been the openings from the AWP, one towards B onto RPK, and then the next we just saw onto Shocks there down the A ramp. So the opening duels currently looking pretty nice in the favor of Sprout, at least as far as the rifles are concerned. And that has forced Team Vitality back down onto the pistols here. So Deagles, Zaiwu and RPK. Apex as well wants to get one of the 50 cals in his back pocket. Glocks from Masuda and Shocks. You wouldn't be expecting too much from this one here, but remember, Zaiwu's in the server.
That's a nasty way to go down. Yeah, suddenly you realize, if I go down now, that's a bomb plant. Spiddy's got a lot to deal with. He's got Snatchy now in tow.
Snatchy, oh, this is a scary one. Don't do that. Apex was looking for that all last round, and he gets it now. Rifle gets thrown around. Oh, Dennis, are you mental?
He's playing with fire as Dennis.
Is he mental? He re-peeks that. Oh, yeah, I just died there. Cool.
Yeah, literally standing on the corpse of his fallen comrade, like, I'll get him this time. Brave, very brave, but it does take Apex out of the equation, which is a relief.
Well, they've rotated back towards B. There's only one player. Spiddy has a lot of work to do here.
They will start
Steps.
with the sound cue. Gets the spot, but it's only one. That's big. They can plant safely here, uncontested. They'll plant for ramp. No incendiary, no bullets. It's too late. Doing his trigonometry. Dennis plans to flash for short, and they can tuck in now. Kits are a question. D had it. D has gone. Zaiwu's Deagle signed and delivered. Give me that double swing. Give it to me. Misuta's there to clean up the pieces, and Vitality with a real clean 5 to get Vitality and Vertigo started.
Zaiwu just seems different, you know? Like, those Deagles look different. He always has, like, a little nade, a little smoke, a little flash, something. He's always looks a little scary. As I said, first time I'm seeing him, so fun prospect.
Yeah, this Vitality roster, when Apex took over as the in-game leader and Masuda came in, he looked very rough, but he was a rookie. Masuda was another one picked up from the Pug Realms. They basically took a massive risk on this kid.
Yeah.
And the fact that they've been able to convert him, I believe that's Matt in the background. So we've got XCats as the head coach. I think that's Matt. And for those of you who are nice and old like me, WCG 2007 Emulate is capital M, little A, capital T. They won it.
That was what?
They were Frenchmen.
Squad?
Yeah, 1.6 team. So I think they have him in there as an assistant coach or something along those lines. There's actually quite the support team for this Vitality roster. And yeah, that Emulate team winning that WCG was mad.
Back in the day when we had events and like we saw these players in real life.
Yeah.
Human people in person.
Vitality would show up with like a bus of like 50 people. It was ridiculous. And that was just their support structure. So yeah, there's a lot of resources being funneled into Vitality, and you can understand why. Currently holding the #2 spot and currently set for a semi-final start. I was about to say finish, of course, remains to be seen, but they have to get through Sprout first.
No one's watching the push for Dennis, by the way. He has a lot of room. Yikes.
Imagine much worse than that. You're just going to crest around the corner, are you? Smokes, nades in hand? No. Not going to get away with that.
Dennis has 3 kills here. Is Zaiwu aware? Yes, he is.
Different. Like...
It's a big gap that they left open, so the fact that Zaiwu...
Saw his head there when he mantled the sandbags. I don't know if he knows. Spiddy knows Zaiwu was around here, and that's a good surprise. Can't hit the shot, though. There's one at the top of the ramp. He's in a real dire straits. Rock and a hard place. And so, Diha continuing to find kills when he should, and that is impressive. He's caught Apex on the mid-lurk. He will have access to A, but perhaps he can recover at least a rifle. Yeah, he has grabbed the AK off Apex's corpse. Should just be the round there. Maybe Faven at the 0 goose egg dollars in his savings account. Might as well even value that Kevlar vest and CZ at this point.
I feel like this is, Sprout gets away with it sometimes. Mostly Vitality are doing pretty good.
I think with the play style that Vitality approach the game with, they're bound to give up a couple of rounds here and there, right? Because it is a little bit more all-in. Here they're actually playing relatively reserved in their approach, nice and slow. You saw that contact play towards middle, but not many teams would you see just 3 AK contact walk, right? That's not like a sure is like a gimmicky round every now and again, but Vitality really put a lot of flux in their play. And I put that down to Apex as an in-game leader. Now, somebody who was an entry fragger who would take a lot of space, you have to have a good read for the game, right? You have to be able to feel the game, feel the gaps, understand. And actually taking over the in-game leadership role, if he's doing all the homework and he's actually studying all the demos, he's going to know where those gaps are. And then if it's working, if he goes, oh, Sprout are doing this, I know where the hole is. Sprout are doing this, I know where we need to go. He is very fiery, he is very emotional, but that might even play into the hands because ZywOo, star player, probably a bit more quiet. So maybe Apex firing him up, getting him involved. That could be the scenes you want.
I mean, if I look down the list of 5 on your right-hand side of your screens, it would be Apex to be the voice, certainly behind this roster. RPK, always the silent killer. Masuuta's already done good work in this one, trying to bait the shots for his teammates. No issues for Masuuta here.
Those are rifles.
Certainly one of them just being hot potatoed around that mid push.
Oh, bloomin' hell. How do you manage to isolate 4 players basically into 4 individual 1v1s in one corridor?
Just hunting him, bounding around the corners. Spitty tried to draw the crosshair, but Masuuta far too quick. Another rinse repeat round. It feels like just yesterday we saw Vitality picking themselves up these long, arduous saves for the one CT that wasn't their victim, and it's time it's Faven.
We need to see some signs of life out of Sprout here. I know that force by early was good. The AWP openings from Diha and then Snatchy or the other way around. Yeah. That was great ways for them to kick off some gun rounds in the earlier stages. But what we'll do is I'll be taking check of the frags. I'll be following my little round timeline to see how close they truly are.
Who had ZywOo in their team, by the way, for their fantasy team?
Alex.
Nice.
Thanks.
Okay. We also had Poison and Blame F, and they're both out. So I don't know if you want to back them up with that, Lauren, but...
sometimes, you know, if you have someone quiet on your team, you got to pump them up once in a while, Chad. You know, you got to give them a little support there.
Pep talk.
Little pep talk.
Well, maybe that's what Sprout are doing now with this tactical timeout. As we can see, they've taken their first of 4 here. Look at the little cars. It's like Grand Theft Auto, the first one. Actually, no, that'd be a bit more...
There's the Vitality bus going past.
2D.
Yeah, it does look more like the kind of the GTA knockoff my parents let me play.
My parents...
Driver 3.
Oh, yeah.
Driver was great, but do you remember there was like the Simpsons one? I can't remember what it was called, like Home Run. Oh, Hit and Run, was it?
Banging. That was like Crazy Taxi. Yeah, I love that. Don't watch the gameplay back though. I'll tell you now. I swear it was realistic. It looked like a Simpsons episode.
I was there.
I watched it back. It's just yellow and brown polygons. Pretty much all you get. But we are into our 11th round. Plenty more polygons here in Counter-Strike. Certainly loving those new models. And the Federal Bureau of Investigation clash with Team Vitality.
Look at this. Only 1 defuse kit in play. No Molotovs. 4 smokes, now 3. And the run boost!
He's across. He's found himself 1. It's not enough. If a double kill from Diha and Dennis, we are still seeing an advantage for Sprout into the 11th.
I'm sorry, my jaw is still just like detached after seeing this.
Ooh, they feeling themselves today, Lauren.
Oh my word!
Oh, we can see him. Hello.
That smoke, as it fades, it is such a nightmare for the human eye to try and pinpoint movement within the smoke.
I'm amazed at this brand
of
little run boost. I love a bit of that. Yeah. Why don't you ever try that?
Look, if you want to play some...
Rushley talking about his movement skills?
Yeah.
You know, saying, I'm like one of the best in the game. I'm basically the coolest guy in Counter-Strike. That was kind of the sentiment. Well, he could probably do that. He does that often.
Oh, Rush, get ready. And someone else who should get ready are the CT players. Masuuta.
Did Diha see it?
Yeah, had to have done. They both saw each other there, and it's going to be Masuuta who comes out on top. Now, bear in mind, the remaining player for the CT side is pretty detached, pretty far away. Masuuta is low, but this retake's going to be horrible. Kit available, I think, yep. So, could do something, but you need almost a freebie to feel good about it.
Apex has just smoked him off as well, so he has to deal with that over towards the scaffolding position. Not quite sure where the T's could be. And right now, as he saunters on in, you're right, Lauren.
It's so suspicious. He's just going to have to pretend there's no one there. Yeah, okay, calls it clear now. They've rotted the clock, and Molly for the bomb.
Another 7 seconds gone.
Yeah, he's running out of time now. He's going to have about 3 seconds to kill both of them. And that just seems like too much. Masuuta!
Bye-bye.
Good grief, I could see his eyebrows. And Faven's gone, just like that. Vitality extending their lead here on Vertigo. Now, this was, correct me if I'm wrong, Vitality's pick, so they're certainly telling us how it goes down.
What is that little dog? His eyes like lit up. It looked like a little demon was being pulled out of the screen.
Oh, look, there's a group of people down the bottom in the middle there. There was like 5 or 6 people watching.
Hopefully you are.
We had a little auditorium.
Viewing party.
Yeah. They were all wearing the same uniform. I might even go as far as saying they might be some form of like a Boy Scout. They're probably like military.
Troop.
I don't want to say Boy Scout. They look like grown men.
Yeah, grown men with the whole Scout vibe.
Oh, I didn't see that. I was distracted by the demon dog.
Yeah.
Also looked cute once you pulled it away. Apologies.
Hanging it limp, though, it kind of suspicious for a while.
Yeah, this round, we're on the pistols. We are down to CZs, Deagles, P250s. And I want to see how Vitality keep this clean.
I have a fun quiz for all of y'all, as this round here should taper out pretty quickly. Shox will deal with most of that. It's just Dihar over on the B bomb site. What has been different about this Vertigo game than the ones that we traditionally watch?
What a quiz. What's been different? They've gone B more.
Yay!
I haven't just seen ramp for the last 12 rounds.
You can see now that the map actually is viable if you're willing to go to the other sites. You can take advantage of the run boost to open up the B site, give yourself another avenue in there. You can also drop your own smokes to deal with that CT side of Molotovs, flash through the windows. There's a lot of things that you can do. Teams just really default over towards A because they can make it work. And if you want to be stubborn about that, we can talk about other approaches. Notice on Vertigo the other day, we had teams go, on Overpass the other day, we had teams going A long quite a lot.
Right.
Dust 2, we have teams going A long quite a lot. So Vertigo will eventually, when teams start abusing mid and B, it'll become a map that plays out across the entire domain.
I'm looking forward to more action in middle in general. Like
It feels so viable. I'm surprised that it hadn't been toyed with before.
So what the way in my mind, what's happened here
Explain
is...
to me, because obviously I play it at my level, which is very detached.
That connector, that flank into B from middle is the newest addition. Previously, it was the first iterations, it was a squeaky door sound cue, but it existed, then they completely removed it. And so the only way to actually flank B was through CT or nasty.
Yeah.
So now they've kind of given mid a reason to exist. It certainly feels like it's viable, but of course what we're seeing, the quickest adaptation made is we have a molly. We have a running molly that I can completely nullify construction CT. So they're either in a headshot on sandbags on their own and they're going one and done, or they kind of leave it and you just have reactionary players pressing their ear to middle from B and elevator respectively.
And now the double AWP seem to be the response here from Sprout. So Dihar and Snatchy have found opening kills with those. So maybe they can make it work now that they've got one each. Snatchy goes missing there. This is quick.
And Zai was so tagged up in the molly. I don't know if he knows. He tagged him even further. Zaiwu down to just a quarter of his health and Faven opts for a fresh mag. Surely he goes down eventually. Okay. They take down the Titan. And dunk.
Hello.
Oh, nice escape.
Honestly, I love that switch up of pace. You expect, you maybe predict, you theorize that double AWP's coming in. Why not try and bang it out quick? Apex, though, finds Snatchy, so that's one of the two removed. Dihar the other. But look who's still patrolling here. We've seen this position be huge before. Oh my gosh, if the timing's right, if that smoke phase, Masuda seems aware. Nicely played from Masuda. Keep that in mind, that now short is open.
Suddenly, this was supposed to be Sprout's fourth. I thought with opening kills onto Zaiwu and Shox, you'd done enough, but it turns out Masuda is still in the server. Bombs down. GT's for the retake and a great shot. Masuda adds another to the tally. Dihar, he's scratching his head. What am I supposed to do here? Nice smoke. He has a flash as well. Wants to throw that towards ramp for the jump up. And that's the first spotted. Needs the ramp back fast. He doesn't get it. Masuda, quad kill. And double digits for Vitality. This is spectacular stuff to start us off. Vertigo and Vitality, another one to add to our Vertigo list.
Yeah, and here's the deal, right? I was talking about Masuda when he first came in. He had a really rough game on Dust 2, I remember. He was holding that B bomb site. I'm pretty sure he finished the game with a goose egg, right? We don't need to dwell on that because he is a rookie. He is very young. The fact that he has a beard at his age is actually insane. I know some older gentlemen who can't get too much on their face. But the point here is, he is playing now like a player who fits into the team, right? I was worried after the early stages. He did look very shaky, but it's hard to know how long it takes for players to truly find their comfort zone.
I mean, it's a process of integration as well, because the expectations that he had upon him as he climbed were get headshots, kill people, fine. The difference now is get headshots, kill people who are professionally salaried and are working as a five-man unit to kill.
Precisely.
It's no longer just going to be some guy winning his duel. It's going to be 2 flashbangs, a Molotov, and you've got your knife out because you have to get out, and you've been shot in the bottom 19 rounds in a row. That's the reality that Masuda had to work with, and he has been, it seems, integrated nicely. They're in the quarterfinals. They're 10-3 up. We are certainly on track for a Vitality dominance into the semi-finals. Sprout just scout for Spiddy. Certainly not ideal. And neither is missing his first shot. He'll get one more bite of the cherry before he's smoked off. He can find that clean headshot. Not even that.
Dennis barely alive. Forced to wait as the Moys do come back in. This utility just rife, isn't it? They're just going to keep pouring it in. Apex playing ahead. RPK towards Dennis. They're making it look very comfortable right now.
I really hope map number 2, Sprout's pick of Mirage, it doesn't simmer like this. You can see that there's a chance Sprout, you know, they have a couple of openings. They maybe look a little bit dangerous. They won the Force Buy. That really got me excited within the early stages of the game. But you're seeing them get manhandled by Vitality now. You're seeing them get absolutely blown out of the water in some of these.
So I know that Vitality are incredibly strong on this map. I think almost flawless to a degree. I don't know how often it's played, but Sprout, I don't know where they sit on this. Is this... it's hard to even take it into this realm, obviously, because pound for pound, it's easy to look at Vitality and see them as a winner, but there has to be a world in which Sprout can achieve more and do better. I just don't know if this is a map that was ever going to entertain that idea.
You're right, and it is a very strong Vitality map. In the last 3 months, they played it 5 times. They're undefeated. 16-7 victory over NIP, 16-11 over Dignitas, 16-11 over NIP, a 16-6 over Heroic, and a 16-2 over Complexity. So quite the batterings, that have been handed on out there. Now, for me, Sprout were either going to ban Overpass or Vertigo. Seems to be what they flick between, and they've opted to go for Vertigo here today as the map they want to leave on open. Seems like a risk knowing that it is such a strong map for the Frenchman.
Well, we've got the double orbs out, Alex.
I love them.
Maybe, just maybe this time, they could do a bit of work. That's not a bad start.
Not bad at all. Catching RPK just as the smokes were flying in, and suddenly it's less of a threat, right? D has not called him for rotates because he knows he's already cut down likely 50% of what lingered here. Amid pincers a threat if Zywoo's hitting his shots. And so with Dennis gone, we're into a 4 versus 3. Diha baiting on quad. They don't have util to flush him out here, so if he just bides his time, Zywoo's just caught another in transition. What was Spitty looking for? A no-scope from Diha. Peeking straight back into Shocks, though, puts us into a level stead.
Where is the last 2? Okay. Go towards the elevators. Around they go. And the T's are relatively apart too, but bear in mind, Shocks does have the bomb. He was spotted, so they're going to know where he was. Zywoo now joins up. They've hit the brakes for a second. What do they have left to work with? No smokes, but they do have some lethals, so they could certainly wrap through that, and the flashes to supplement as well. So Zywoo can definitely make some room here. God damn the patience.
I can't, but I swear he must have been there for over 20 seconds, just staring. He knew that would be the gap to be filled.
Zywoo was chasing!
Zywoo just hunts him down. He's like, I'm not interested in any of this planting nonsense. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. And they have. Vitality doing it their way. And they are sailing, clean sailing, through the first half of our first map here of ESL 1 Cologne, second quarterfinal.
Doesn't have the time, always talks about all the other guys. Will I ever understand? Without her, it's not fair, I need you back. No more crying at the end, I'll do it again.
Been a while, yeah. Safe to say over a year. Still it feels like I saw you every day. Tired of hanging around the ones that always need an explanation. I don't need to every day.
Well, it was a quick first half. I can't believe we're already into the second, but Sprout probably wishing that we weren't. It was a 12-3 half in favor of Vitality heading into the defensive side of their map pick, Vertigo. Second quarter final of ESL 1 Cologne 2020 online. You got Machine, Pansy, and Sponge casting this one. And that is, I think it's about 12, no, when we count the pick, 15 pixels of pizza there.
Got to keep that performance high. We're in Counter-Strike.
Yum, yum, yum.
What's Masuta fancying here? He was actually
He was thinking
posturing
about
with
it.
something cheeky. He's got Apex behind him. I can understand why he'd have some wind beneath his wings. Now we're just going for that jump peek. I am interested in the technique, so he's crouching, then up. Okay. So
He's solo A, just for everybody playing at home. That's the responsibility on this man. The more hit bomb site, he's on his own.
Wow.
That's the warning shot. They've got so much util as well. Body shots would work, and he's already found one. Are they ready for another? I'm not sure Spiddy's expecting this. The flash does force him into the corner. Now a chance for a clean.
God, why is he so talented?
Oh, it's so crispy. Apex has taken the head off Spiddy and charging back into the A site, the A realm. ZywOo just backing off, finding more and more headshot angles for him to adopt. Two overwhelming targets, but he's managed to stabilize into the first. Faven's gone. Snatchy overwhelmed with 3 different targets. He'd eventually fall. He's had quite a quiet one, has Snatchy. Let's not forget Orpa and Fragger extraordinaire on his Polish rosters. ZywOo's got another lovely jubbly double kill for him. I wonder how many multi-kills rounds ZywOo's already managed to acquire over such a short space of time. I'm going to investigate.
Beep, boop, 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 beep. That's Alex investing. That's the noise. He's got a little
Is that
toy.
his brain or the computer?
No, he's got a little toy robot.
I don't think my brain makes any noise, Lauren.
Just worse.
Yeah.
Just like an old fan.
Bingo. Multi-kills. He's got 2. Let me try again. 5 multi-kill rounds.
Brain
2
really
plus
do
kills.
that.
That's multi. All right. I'm glad we got that all sorted out, and we continue doing things that I'm more capable of, like...
Oh, we'll Sprout at Eco, so they're not going to get anything done here. And I just
good.
want to kind of set the scene for everybody playing at home. This is a quarterfinal. This seems like a bit of a blowout. Now, we were mentioning that Vitality last 3 months, undefeated on this map. Quite a good one for them. Oh, nade over the top of the box.
Oh.
Hello, okay.
By design, I imagine.
I hope so. Otherwise, it's a happy accident. Now, Vitality will run away with this, ladies and gentlemen. Their comeback probably not going to happen. And ZywOo farming cash for that big green. So that's 3 kills.
Cha-ching.
So we're going to grab one of his own. Now, if ZywOo and Masuta, like ZywOo obviously superstar, but if Masuta becomes the 2nd star of this team, then I can actually start finding some validity in this roster just being like world beaters, right?
Yeah.
Because RPK has massive performances. Rush, how you doing, mate?
Hi guys, what's going on? Look, I'm next to the players. Look, check it out.
Oh, yeah, man. Like, you're
Wow,
like,
cool, dude.
I was like,
wow.
wait, they're in the production room?
He's like hanging out at CT Spawn.
Oh, that's cool,
Wave to
man.
him.
Wow,
Wave to him.
technology's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, Rush.
Amazing.
Future is now.
I love the way that Rush has literally become like a fan favorite of like everyone
Green.
who watches.
That's what we call him.
ZywOo. Here we go. He's got the big green. Not looking so green, a little bit more deadly. And speaking of dead, Masuta's staying alive, but he's got a lot of pressure coming his way.
Yeah, I thought he was willing to swing on that flashbang there. Here's the pins pulled. He will be flashed in, and that should be at least one. Bodyguarded by Dai. Oh, okay. It's
DK.
finally finished off. Dennis got naded from 3 to 1 before Snatchy put the final bullet into him.
Look at them still pushing.
Yeah,
This
they
is
want
nuts.
more. I love this. They're going to take some space. They want to get this leveled in. Procedurally clear his corners. And Snatchy needs some redemption here. He does get finished off by ZywOo, and they've put him into a winnable stance. He's even going to get the bomb here. The choice Vitality have made here, Lauren, is to put him in a winnable situation. Now they've got the bomb, and he's only got 2 to find.
I want to see what this man can do. I've been hearing words, even when I was away from Counter-Strike, of what this guy can achieve, and I want to see the proof of it. I mean, he's on 23 kills and looking incredibly good. Like, let's ignore that and pretend nothing's happened. It's only this round.
going ladder.
They're going up the ladder. ZywOo's on patrol. Smoke comes in. He's considering other things, but 35 seconds. He knows they're going to be coming his way pretty darn soon. Timing is everything.
Steps. Bomb retreat. There's it. Gets his first free duel. As he's anticipating the second, he's got the spray chance. But Speedy resolves it. Needed that Sprout back off to their winning ways. And it was, of course, very similar ways in which they found their first few rounds. It was off the back of the pistol. This time, not the second, but the third round. Let's see this aggression again. Let's see how this translates into a Sprout victory in the end. It was Snatchy who actually gets
Hit.
one and then done.
No escape, only attack.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so close right there. Zywoo was stepping back out to take that fight. Unable to convert. Bit disappointed by that one right there, but the scoreline is 14-4. And let's see. Will they go for the force bite? No, it'll just be a partial. Couple of deagles, flashes to play with, and Zywoo spotted a few there.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not I'd be compelled to charge into the USPs, regardless of how little they have. It's who has them that scares me. Ouch. 80 damage from a nade. Certainly one Apex would hope to forget. He's one of the deaglers, so this is the end for Apex. Nice shots from Dennis.
Keeping it clean. That's what you want to see.
Certainly.
Any of the Sprout fans out there, you want to see nice, clean rounds like this. No threats allowed. Dennis going through it all, but you can see the air of caution, even just against a very low HP Shocks. They're being very, very meticulous, and right to be doing as such. But they do keep 5 alive, get the bomb down, they get everything they wanted. And it's a good kind of building blocks for them to get a respectable scoreline here. You don't want to be swept aside. You don't want this to be something that puts you in those dire moods going forward. Of course, they can mentally reset, but, you know, 1 to 2, 3 rounds, it's never feeling nice.
Yeah, this is where we talk about the chance for them to warm in going to their own map pick. So if they're able to...
Did you call them Boy Scouts?
I don't know.
They're grown-ass men.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't want to say like they were military or something. They just all look like they were wearing
like
a
green.
uniform. Yeah, I don't know.
Someone else might like green as Shocks after that shot. Big green to hand, doing beautiful work. Didn't expect to see him rocking the AWP here, but maybe Spawn allowing.
Zywoo only had about 3,700, so he's had to opt for the UMP. And this is what I'm talking about now. It's not just the one-man show. They're not just setting him up anymore. He's a great player. He can win with anything. They're making sure everybody on the team has their opportunities to find frags and contribute to the victory. Team flash.
Yeah. Very late smoke towards short, so you can see Zywoo's actually taken that as an invitation. He'll play the gap.
Timing on this nade. He could find a big chunk of damage here. A little bit too early. Just tickles Faven.
Apex, are you going for that bag? Wow, he's right in the open. Snatchy could not believe his luck. He'll collect, and that equalizes. As I was only working with a UMP, so Spiddy's presence on B will not be too concerning for the Vitality members. They've opted to stack over there and leave poor old Zywoo with just an SMG to defend the potential A hit.
They are dropping back towards B, though. Oh, no, wait. They're coming back towards A. They were going B. They were going A.
It's a quick rotate, to be fair.
True.
So they can flip-flop as much as they like. 30 seconds, I'd probably want a decision out of them. He's going to be seeing smokes fly over towards A.
Okay. I'm just so nervous for Sprout. It feels like these players are just on the verge of doing great things against them. For now, though, the smokes are good, the mollies are good. They're all in the right place, so they do get the plant. They could... Ooh, some nice post plants. Chilling with his buddy on the old ropes.
Just, I mean...
I couldn't do that.
What I don't understand about that spot, Chad, so many players go for it in the after.
I hate it.
Right?
I think it's terrible.
It's predictable at this point. It's an easy line from Elevator. I can fight you and isolate you without having to fight anyone else.
Oh, he's actually at the little bit further back one.
So he's one up.
Yeah, so the one that Alex and I are discussing is the pole just ahead. Rush, you're on a... Yeah, and this one here is what we don't like, right, Alex? Because you're bang on there. You are a lot more in the open. It's a left-eye peak. It's a very precarious position. You are walking the tightrope, right? You can't fumble in that spot. And it is quite commonly cleared. So I'm with you right there. The one that Dihar was in, maybe he finds himself a little bit more success. We haven't seen that one come into play too often. But Vitality were more than happy just to concede that after giving up the bomb site. They gambled. You know, they put all in on red. Well, guess what? It was black. Unfortunately, they'll have to... I'm not sure if they were able to scavenge that weapon for Zywoo. The UMP doesn't look like it's floating in the sky above the heads over there towards CT spawn.
Ding.
There's a Galil. So he's upgraded from a UMP to a Galil. So slowly getting more potent Zywoo's weaponry right here.
One of these days he'll get that big green. Well then, that's one way to start things proceedings off. It's RPK. He tags up Dennis in the middle of a run boost, and by the time his feet touch the ground, it is lethal. Oh, wow. That is a stark contrast to the start ZywOo got on his run boost, and now a fully flashed Diha. Look how he couldn't move, right? He doesn't want to be faffing around with his movement keys when he's flashed on a ledge. So he's just a sitting duck, plucked.
Looked like watching you play Fall Guys last night, just flying off the map. It's great.
Not my strong suit.
It was very funny, though. Snatchy here in... I've got to say as well, credit to RPK, I feel like he's just such a powerful element when he has a sight. He just has that all-encompassing like knowledge of what he wants to do with it. For now, though, the T is down to 3. Bomb is still to hand, so at least there is, I guess, a silver lining in that, but they need something here. That could have been it, and a missed shot.
Through the legs.
Oh, that's a nutmeg.
It's going to be the B hit. Shocks with a tag. Bomb should go down here.
Faven needs more. They're closing him in on every angle. Good shot. Snay and maybe another. Apex doesn't mind. He'll do it while he's blind. Snatchy gonna be smoked off as well. What is his options? On the sandbags, maybe find a gap. It doesn't matter. Apex was pushing that whole time. So Vitality, it does just feel like it's a matter of time for them to convert their map pick. Sprout outclassed. I'd love to see the Dennis death. I don't know if we caught that in the replay. But yeah, the catastrophic start to Sprout's play there.
Zipping over.
Boost. He gets dinked.
HP, yeah.
Dink. Even better. 10 HP by the time his boots hit the ground. And Apex just pushing through that smoke away and finding these.
Completely blind. Yeah. Yeah, this one here just really feels hard for Sprout, right? 1 round away now. Double AWPs and not out. I thought they picked one up for ZywOo. Obviously not. So the AK for ZywOo. He's finally got a good gun.
3 rounds.
Oh, RPK.
Are you crazy? He wants more. Snatchy does get traded out, and they get 2 opening frags and a man advantage off the break.
I love it. This is just RPK at strength, backed up by Shocks. Incredibly powerful, but now ZywOo stood up, but he's let Spitty past. Oh, and just for that, the dagger in the back, he leaves just Diha alive and so far away from the bomb. So much more to be done. And Shocks is still here. He's never left. And he's not leaving. 16-6. Vitality look incredibly good on their map. We put the question mark with Sprout coming into map number 2, and hopefully it's better than this.
That's how we know when we level up.